So, I just got back from Aespa's Parallel Line concert. Technically, I got back yesterday, but it is what it is. The point is that I went and I had a very good time. Now, I did say that we were gonna do a live stream when we were inside the stadium, but the Wi-Fi in the arena wasn't that great, so I decided not to do it, and instead I just captured a ton of footage that I'm gonna be mixing in while I talk about my experience throughout the video. So this concert happened in Newark, New Jersey, and as you know, that's kind of far from where I live, because I live in New York, but no idol ever wants to come to New York for whatever reason. So we had to make the trip to New Jersey. Last time that I went to a K-pop concert, it was a Ready to Be tour for twice, and that also happened in New Jersey. If you guys remember, the journey to get there and the journey to get home was insane. This time, there was no crazy stories, and it was actually pretty straightforward, so we were able to get to the venue in like less than an hour, so it was pretty good. The funny thing is that even Giselle made a joke about that at the start of the show, and luckily I have a clip of that, so take a look.
Welcome to our Parallel Line concert. We hope you enjoyed our last stage mine. We're so happy to be back here. Well, New York. Is it New York?
The show started at 8 p.m., but like I said, we made it on time. We had to wait in line a little bit, but the line moved pretty quickly. The only big issue was that it was dark and it was cold, and it even started snowing at one point, but that was fine because we made it inside, we got food, we found our seats, and the show began. For my seat, I paid $87, and this was the view from the seat. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. I think the biggest issue was the fact that it was very high up and it was very steep, so like the entire time it felt like I was looking at it like this. In addition to the price of my ticket, I also decided to get food inside the arena, and I bought chicken tenders and fries for like $17. A little bit pricey, and honestly, I don't recommend it because the fries were insanely salty. Like the saltiest fries that I've ever had in my entire life. And they gave us barbecue sauce that was absolute garbage. So I don't recommend it. I think it's definitely something that you shouldn't get at all. Finally, the total cost of transportation to get there and get back home was $12. So when you add all of that together, the total price was between $110 and $120 for the entire experience. With all of that out of the way, we can finally start talking about the actual concert, and I can show you all of the footage that I captured. I will warn you, some of the quality is not the best. It's a little bit grainy at times. So what I decided to do is mix in some footage that was officially released by Aespa themselves, and also other footage from other people that attended the same concert. But I will label everything so you know when you're watching my footage versus watching somebody else's footage. But yeah, anyways, let's get into it. Here is how the concert started. The show started out with a bang. They played a Black Mamba, Drama, Supernova, Salty and Sweet. I don't have footage of Black Mamba and Drama, but I do have footage of the other two, so here you go. After that, they came out, they did their introductions, they talked to the crowd a little bit. Giselle did most of the work, which makes sense. She's the only one that speaks English fluently. But I do remember them having a translator there. So if they wanted to throughout the show, they definitely could have had more speaking moments, especially from the other members. But they didn't do that. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but that is something to keep in mind. Next, they played Flights Not Feelings, Better Things, and Die Trying. I think that this was definitely the weakest part of the entire show, but here's some footage of that. Also, I think I should take this time to mention the actual overall structure of the concert because I found this to be quite interesting, right? So they would do a VCR, then they would play 3 to 4 songs, then another VCR, then 3 to 4 songs, then another VCR, and so on and so forth. Listen, I understand that VCRs are common in K-pop concerts, but I think it definitely got to a point where there was way too many VCRs. I counted like 6, and each of them were 3 to 5 minutes long. I think the biggest problem was that from where we were sitting, we couldn't read the subtitles. So we had no idea what was going on in the plot, and the girls in front of us, in the row in front of us, they just gave up. They pulled out their phones and started playing puzzle games anytime a VCR would come up, which I thought was pretty funny, but yeah, I do think that maybe there was too many VCRs. Next, they performed all of their solo songs, and this was probably my favorite part of the show because all of them were really good, and I was really excited to hear Karina do Up. I love that song, and she did not disappoint. So here's some footage of that. Now, you may have noticed that I didn't show you footage of Winter performing Spark, and there's a very good reason for that. I think that her performance was the best performance of the entire night because the song is very good, Winter's vocals are very good, whatever, right? We know that. But what makes this performance special was that I felt that it was the most creative. They like filmed her dancing in front of like a sheet, and they would shine light through it so that her shadow would come on the other side, and they would film it from the other side, and then they would put that on the screen. And I thought that was really cool, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. But then as it's building into that final chorus, she starts doing like a runway walk to the top of the stage, and I'm like, whoa, she's gonna hit that final line and it's gonna go crazy, right as it drops, it's gonna go crazy. But then the stage goes black, everyone goes silent, and then absolute cinema. The high energy continued into the next section because they played a remix of Hold On Tight, Spicy, and even the Pokemon theme song that they made, all of which were excellent. Unfortunately, right after that, they absolutely killed the vibe because they had Novice perform her solo song. And Novice is an AI. And listen, I like AI, I've used AI in the past. But when I'm paying real money to go see Aespa in concert, in person, I want to see Aespa. I don't want to see an AI perform an AI song. SM, stop trying to make it a thing. It will never be a thing. We don't like Novice. Cut it out, man. Luckily, they ended off the show on a very high note because they played Whiplash, Set the Tone, Next Level, and they finished off the entire concert with Armageddon. And that was the Aespa concert. Except no it wasn't, because they came out and did an encore where they performed 3 more songs. One of them being Energy, which I thought was fantastic. The other 2 not so much, but Energy, that's a winner. As soon as they started saying their goodbyes, we got up, we walked out, and we went home. And that was the end of that. Overall, I would probably give the concert like a 9 out of 10. And I think that's pretty fair because I was very satisfied with what I heard and what I saw. The only things that I would change are maybe less VCR, no novice, and then cut 3 to 4 songs just to cut down the runtime a little bit, because the total length of the concert was like 2 hours and 22 minutes. And you could definitely feel it. As soon as the concert finished, I was absolutely exhausted, and even though it's only a day later, I still feel tired, I feel sick, my voice is literally going out as I'm recording this video. That's why it's been a struggle to record. I literally can't speak, but instead of losing my voice, I'm just gonna end it off on that. I had a great time, I thought it was a fun concert, and if I had the chance, I would definitely go to another Aespa concert in the future. With that being said, let me know what you guys thought about the video, and if you went to the Aespa concert yourself, let me know what your experience was like down in the comments below. But as always, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.